Hi guys, I'm Woody, this is Piano Shack. So in today's episode, we're going to do something a little bit special. I'm going to perform some versions of songs that inspired me to get into synthesizers when I was a kid growing up in England. We're also going to play some of the sounds that I created for the Axel F cover that I did a couple of weeks ago. A couple of guys on the Roland forums requested this. So we're going to talk about those sounds, and I'll give you my review of the SuperNATURAL synth engine on my Roland here. Thanks for joining. Let's get started.
Woody Piano Shack.
What I have here is a studio set that contains all of the sounds that I used in Axel F. So we have 16 sounds available to me here. Let's start with the one I have in track 1, which is the iconic lead sound. Let's have a listen. Okay, it sounds pretty good, yeah. You can use it for other stuff. Let me see if I can remember how to play this one. I haven't practiced. So it works good for that as well. And it sounds quite advanced, but most of the sound is in the effects actually here. What we have is a boring old sawtooth wave with a bunch of chorus and reverb. I can show you that. Actually, if we take off the chorus, you can do that from the front panel here with these sound modify knobs. Let's wind down chorus to 0. Let's take off the reverb. Okay. You can hear the delay there. That's actually synchronized with the tempo, which is 117 there. But if we dive into the tone edit mode here, and what you can see on the screen, if that's close enough on the video, is the parameters here that you can adjust for the SuperNATURAL sounds. And there are lots and lots of them. And as you can see, it's actually quite nice. It's laid out like a virtual instrument here. You've got knobs and sliders and buttons and things to press. Bit fiddly to navigate. There's a lot of clicking and moving around with cursor buttons, and you get lost and you can easily press the wrong thing. But it's all laid out there in front of you. Here's my pro tip. If you just want to navigate through the pages quickly, hold down Shift and then the right button. So I'm going to try and go all the way over to where the effects are. And here we have them. So chorus and delay. Switch that off. Through. So that's the basic sound there. Doesn't sound so special now, and I'll show you also how we can tweak the sound. There's some other things that we can do from these sound modifier knobs. You can adjust the cutoff, of course. That's the most important parameter. Sounds like this. A bit more resonance. Sounds silky smooth, I think you'll agree. We can adjust the attack. That's the envelope, the sound it takes, time it takes for the sound to reach its maximum value. Let's just adjust that a little bit. Okay, very slow attack. I can have a longer sustain. And the level is useful. I use this one to adjust the balance of all the different tracks in my studio set. move on to the bass sound. It sounds like this, if I can remember how to play it now. Let's have a go. One thing I've noticed here is that I've got some velocity sensitivity here, which is okay, but I don't really want that for my synthesizer sounds, because the old analog synthesizers did not have velocity sensitivity, and it makes it actually harder to play. So I'm just going to dive into the menu. Excuse me here. I've done this lots and lots of times, but it does not seem to remember my settings. Okay, let's take a look. All the parameters there, everything you could possibly tweak is there, but it's very hard sometimes to find the one that you want. I've tried for ages to find a way just to disable the velocity sensitivity for a particular sound. Haven't been able to do it. What I just tried to do there was disable it via the system menus, but there's 4 or 5 parameters. I don't understand what they do. I just wanted a setting to say no velocity sensitivity, but there isn't there. And that's kind of typical. I mean, there's lots and lots of features here, but it's hard to find. I really struggled to find how to control the bend range, because I needed that for this sound where it bends down. But believe it or not, it took me ages to find that one. In fact, I had to do that on the system level as well. I wanted to do it on the patch, but I couldn't find a way of doing it. So yeah, it can be a bit frustrating. You saw it's a very deep synthesizer, lots and lots of parameters. Everything you could possibly want is there, but good luck finding it. Okay, I fluffed it up a bit, but you get the idea. You can hear again lots and lots of tempo synced delay, which is really, really nice. Let's speed that up, for example. And what that does, that fills it out. I have to play less notes, but it sounds like I'm playing a lot more. Okay, so that's the polysynth sound, which I absolutely love. I really do. Let's try tweaking the cutoff a little bit on that one. I mean, the filters on this thing sound absolutely fantastic. They're so smooth, and I've owned some of the Roland analog synthesizers, and to my ears, this sounds exactly the same, if not better. And the SuperNATURAL synth engine even models the instability of the oscillators. You can hear that on some of my tribute performances in this video. You can hear the oscillators wavering in and out of tune, and it sounds really, really nice. Very, very analog. So there's a bunch of these bell sounds as well that I used. Here's the first one with a reverb, reverb and delay. Let me just mention the effects on here, extremely powerful. Every sound in a studio set shares a global reverb and chorus, and then a global master effects, which can be anything from a filter to distortion to a bit crusher and slices and stuff. But each sound in a studio set can have its own multi-effects as well. So you could have, for example, a guitar amp simulator on one sound. If you've got like a Rhodes sound or something, that would be appropriate. A rotary organ. And what I'm using is lots of different delays here. So let's have another listen to this bell. Something like that. Isn't that beautiful with the reverb and the effects there? Let's see. This is the other one I used. I'm sure you recognize that. And I think there's one other bell sound that I was using. That's this one. there are literally hundreds of sounds in every category. This is just the bell category, and I was wading through hundreds of sounds to find these ones. And if you jump to a category like the synth pad or the bass, there are probably 500 sounds in each category. Everything you could possibly imagine in your head is already here as a preset, actually. And what I like to do on some of my sounds is combine, for example, two preset bass sounds to get an even fatter sound. All that kind of stuff is possible to do. I threw in a couple of other sounds that I didn't actually use in Axel F, because I thought they were pretty. This is just one of the bell pad sounds available here. This is kind of your D50 fantasy sound. I love the D50. I love this sound. I can play these kind of things all day long. So here's another sound that wasn't in my Axel F song, but I wanted to throw it in anyway because I love this. This is one of the Jupiter 8 pad sounds, warm Jupiter analog strings. It sounds like this. This is a trick Howard Jones used to do. Just hold down a chord with the left hand, the same notes, and just walk up some inversions. Sounds really good. So my thoughts on this synthesizer then. The engine is very, very deep. I didn't reach any limitations when I was trying to create my sounds. Everything you could want to do is there, but it's buried away in pages of menus. And it's very hard sometimes to find what you're looking for. It can be frustrating. You don't know which level. Is it on the studio set? Is it on the tone? Is it in the global menus? It can be very, very tiring to find the parameter you want. And on many occasions I just gave up. But I think you'll agree, it does sound absolutely fabulous. This SuperNATURAL sound engine is warm and rich and lovely like no other synth I've ever owned. I do wish it had a touchscreen. I wish there was a PC editor for it. I mean, this screen is small, it's very crisp and clear, but it's hard to navigate with these little buttons, the shift key. Even an iPad editor would have been really, really nice. It's fine for live use, but for micro editing, it's a bit of a pain. But if you persevere, you'll get the results you want. Okay, were you able to identify any of those songs? Actually, if you know all of the songs, put a comment below and earn my respect and the respect of fellow synth nerds all around the world. If you made it this far in the video, then I guess you enjoyed it, so please consider giving me a like or a subscription or just a comment. It really helps me. Thanks again for watching today. I'll see you next time. Ta-da!
Woody piano shack.